Okay, before I start, just to be fair with you, I'm a Russian speaking, person. And if you have a problem with that, then you can close this video, put a dislike, make some nasty comment, and probably live your life, happily somewhere else. I will be okay with that. If you're willing to, stay with me, listen to what I hear through my terrible, terrible accent, then for one, I'm very sorry for you, but, I have some piece of my mind that I want to express, so that is that. And let's speak about some demonology and some very specific and close to my heart talent. Pleasure to pain. Pleasure to pain is kinda unique in a way because it allows you to deal damage on your own, because pleasure to pain decreases the cast time of your shadow bolt and increases shadow damage that you do when your succubus is active. And I'm not speaking only of shadow damage, like your shadow bolt damage. It's also shadow flame damage, it's demon bolt, it's hand of Gul'dan, it's implosion, it's also bile scourge bombers, it's also anything that deals shadow damage, like a trinkets, oils, bombs, anything. Succubus increased damage just overall. And on top of that, this talent kinda makes some other talents in your main tree or demonology tree better, because remember, we get a new talent that increased damage of our shadow ball by 50%, and guess what, it's become even better with succubus around. You can utilize sacrificial souls better, because sacrificial souls increase damage of your shadow bolt and demon bolt for every demon you have, and on top of that, it's increased damage from demon bolt from Fall Covenant ability, Fall Covenant talent, excuse me. So you see how she implies on your own damage and kinda makes it more reliable, and people who know how demonology works can understand that reliable source of damage is something that we severely lack, because Fel God can stuck somewhere else, he can be controlled, he can be severely unreliable in some situations. Tyrant in PvP dump as as alternative gifted goblin, and I can continue speaking about bad AI. It just in general, AI of the pets is very, very, very bad, and Succubus allows you to ignore that. It allows you to enjoy the spec, maybe for different reason, but still enjoy the spec using core mechanics that you had. And on top of that, she kinda makes some, demon summoning abilities better, because for example, you have another portal, very clunky talent, very sometimes unreliable in some situations, but because you have pleasure to pain, you can cast shadow bolts faster, thus summoning demons faster, thus increasing amount of demons that you summon in the end of another portal, thus increasing the damage and haste of a pit lord. So you see how she has a great synergy with your toolkit, and please want to remove it from you. And one of the reasons why I'm right now making this video and I'm kinda unhappy, maybe by my voice you can feel that I'm mad, but I actually kinda is. One of the reasons why I wanna make this video is because with removal of the talent, Bliss removes the identity of our Demonology Warlock. And that identity is not, Fel God, like you think that it is main thing in Demonology, no. Bliss removes the ability of Demonology to play with demons that they want. That was the core theme of Demonology. Among the metamorphosis that was taken away from us, and some demon utility that was lost in Legion work. Right now, Blizzard removes the last staple that makes Demonology, is to be able to be this great demon summoner that Blizzard kinda suggests that you are. And if you think about this, great demon summoner will probably be able to utilize any demon that demonologist has at its disposal, whatever it be, Fel God, Succubus, Imp, Fel Hunter, Void Walker, whatever demons you want. And Blizzard right now removes that identity from you. Blizzard wants you to be this, Fel God centric dude. And thing is, the Fel God talent's not very good. Fel God design is very limited, and on top of that, Fel God has been also pruned severely. Like, if you remember, Blizzard nerfed Felgard in PvP, saying that, that demonic strength empowered Fellstorm was very, very hard to counter. And the funny thing is, you could just simply, control Demon, Fear, Stun Felgard, Root Felgard, and, Felgard, unlike Arms Warrior that use Bladestorm, is can be controlled, unlike Warrior. And as you see, like, Felgard is, poor man's Arms Warrior that deals, very questionable damage and has very questionable talents. And by my god, he has a lot of talents, but that doesn't really create a coherent gameplay around him. And Pleasure to Pain on its own created very good shadow synergy, utilizing and improving tools that you had on your character that you probably would never use on its own, like, like Sacrificial Souls or Fell Covenant. Like, in a build with Felgard, it's may deal some chunk of damage, but it will never shine like it will be with Pleasure Through Pain. And that removal of Pleasure Through Pain from Demonology PvP tree is kinda underwhelming, because Blizzard, instead of removing some very unpopular, maybe, talent, they could, advocate for it. Like, make it more appealing for people. Try something new. Demonology is struggling right now, especially in the current meta and current design, when, classes of like at this day, modern retro paladins, arms warriors, and hunters can, deal crazy amount of damage out of nowhere and be literally unpunishable. Dema struggles with, with pulling damage. Like, your end damage, like, of a Tyrant is great, but, the whole process of, dealing that damage is kinda pain in the ass. And Succubus with her control and her emphasis on your shadow damage is something that can help you in some of these situations. And maybe Succubus toolkit, like, Pleasure to Pain toolkit, was something that you missed in your playstyle. Like, if you think about this, Felgard, with all good that he can do, is very basic. Like, he's painfully basic. And sometimes his toolkit is not enough in some situations. Like, he used stun, but stun is most used CC in this game, and you find yourself in a situation that, you waste CD on the stun, and the stun on that, Extos stun you target only, like, for a second or two, because, your enemy was already stunned, gazillions of times before that. Or your stun hasn't done anything because, freaking diminishing. And yes, not to prolong this video any longer, let's summarize my thoughts. I think it's very bad to remove a talent that provides alternative gameplay for the spec that is, has a design like a Demonology that implies that for you to use demons of your liking. And force demon to play with only one demon of Blizzard choice. I think it is unhealthy for the players, and it's unhealthy for design. It is unhealthy for the game in general, because the more choice we have, the more, I would say, the more variety in gameplay we have. And it's very sad and frightening to see another staple of Demonology being removed, because if you think about this, in the past we already lost the Metamorphosis, one of the most well thought and well built spells in the game that Demonology had, and we lost it in Legion. And right now we're losing the last remnant of, of a flexibility we had with our demons. So it is very, very bad design. This is it in my thoughts. So if you agree with me, you can leave, comment, like. You can upvote me on the forum in the special theme that I created, link in the description. If you don't agree with me, like, you are free to, you're free to leave, dislike, maybe some nasty comment about me. We can discuss it. And yeah, that's my thought. If you want to stick on this channel, like, just be aware that this is a Russian speaking channel, and if you're a fully English speaking person and you do not understand Russian, then don't be afraid, you can hop on my streams. I will answer your questions. It's not a problem for me, but just be aware that most of the content on this channel is made for Russian speaking audience. So, and that, I will say you Have a good day. I wish you all the best. See you next time.